So in second part we will talk about the Ashoka's Dhamma or Ashoka's Dharam. Ashoka, after the Kalinga War, adopted Buddhism. He became Buddhist and he followed the path of peaceful and virtuous life. So he started his own Dhamma, so which had the good points of Buddhism. So the main principles of Ashoka Dhammas was non-violence, respect for the parents, tolerance toward all religion, charity for the poor. So Ashoka used to say that all men are my children. He ruled his people like a father. So for the spread of his Dhamma, he appointed some officers known as Dhamma Mahamatras. He built hospitals for men and animal. Number of rest houses were constructed for him for the benefit of travelers. Ashoka built good roads and planted shady trees. So even he toured his country and he was gathering information about his people, and even he was listening their complaints. So for the spread of Buddhism, he himself appointed so many officers. He himself went on the religious tours. So even he sent his daughter and son, his son Mahindra and his daughter Sanghya to Sri Lanka to preach Buddhism. Even he organized the third Buddhist council at Patliputra. He ordered the construction of Buddhist monasteries and many stupas. He spread the principle of Dhamma by having them engraved on the rocks and the pillars. So this was how Buddhism was spread by Ashoka. Now we will talk about the administration. So Kautilya's Arthashastra and Megasthenes Indica give us lot of information about the central administration or the administration of Mauryan. So according to the administration, king was the head of administration, and for his help there was a council of ministers. Important ministers were Purohit, Senapati, Yuvraj, Adhyaksha. These were the important ministers which were for the assistance of king. So my dear students, the whole administration was divided into 4 provinces or state, which was headed by governor. States or provinces were further divided into districts, and then smallest village of administration was a village, and it had number of officers. So the capital city was Patliputra, which was very glorious and important city of the past. So to govern this Patliputra, Ashoka had different committees, and that committees were further divided into department like Department of Registration of Death and Birth, Trade and Commerce, Collection of Taxes, Protection of a Foreigner, Inspection of Goods. Now we will talk about the army. Mauryans had huge army which include infantry, cavalry, elephants and chariots. They have good spy system also. They kept the king informed about the happening in the kingdom. Taxation. So my dear student, the main source of income was taxation on the land, which was about 1/4 to 1/6 of the total produce. So this tax was used to pay salaries and to maintain an army and for the welfare of the society. Trade both inland and overseas flourished. India had good trading relation with Sri Lanka, Egypt and Greece. Society. During Mauryan period, people were very happy. They were living a prosperous life. There were no such crimes which were taking place during Mauryan Empire. Occupation. The main occupation of the people during the Mauryan period was agriculture, and after the agriculture, mining, carpentry, forestry and pottery was the main. So now we will talk about the Mauryan art. The Mauryan art rose to its peak during Ashoka's rule. Many stupas and pillars were made during the Mauryan Empire. So stupa was a dome-like structure in which remains of Buddha was kept. The famous pillar is Sarnath pillar erected at Deer Park. The lion capital of Sarnath pillar is carved out of single rock of stone